Welcome to the show, MeekaLeekaTV. I have a very, very special guest today, Miss Nimi. I notice a lot of people call you Mots. Do you recall why they call you Mots?
They call me Mots.
Why? Where did that come from? Do you recall?
Well, that's just an endearing word. I used to say gamots, get mots,
Okay.
when they were little. So
Ye-
then
That's what I was told. One of your grandchildren couldn't say.
Yes.
I believe it was Molly. Could not say grandma.
it
And
was
she would say,
Molly's mother. Yeah,
"Oh wow," and she would say gamots.
she'd say gamots. She's the one that started calling me Mots. Actually, yeah.
I gotcha.
And then the kids did.
Okay. Now, how many children do you have?
3,
How many grandchildren?
6.
I heard you have a great grand.
Yes,
Okay.
1.
Okay, you have one great grand.
Nico. Hmm.
Okay. Now, this is your first time on MeekaLeekaTV, so let's start from the beginning. Where were you born?
I was born in San Antonio, Texas, in 1926.
So you're 99?
Yes, ma'am.
I'm sorry. I laughed because you do not get around and sound or recall like someone that I would think is 99 years old. Wow. So 1925. And you were born in what state?
Excuse me?
What state were you born in?
It's in Texas, San Antonio,
San
Texas,
Antonio.
yes.
Did you grow up there?
Up until we moved to the Chicago area, and I think at that time I was maybe 9 or 10 years old.
Okay. But do you remember Texas at all?
No.
No, not at all. How long did you stay in the Chicago area? How did you end up in Wisconsin?
Well, I married with my husband.
Okay. And how many siblings do you have?
7.
7 siblings. I was told, I don't know if it was true, that you went to boarding school.
Yes, I went to my high school days. I went to St. Patrick's Academy in Momence, Illinois.
What is that like to go to boarding school? Like, tell me the truth.
Well, it was really, I had a lot of fun. We had the nuns. We had basketball, and I played basketball. I was a star forward.
In basketball?
Yeah.
All right.
And we went home on weekends once a month if we wanted to, and it was. I had a lot of good friends there, and they were from all different areas. But then when I graduated at 8 years, we tried to keep in touch, but it was harder to keep in touch because they all lived in different states.
Yeah.
Because they were boarders too. We were called the boarders at the school's St. Patrick's Academy.
Okay. Now, you said St. Patrick's. Was this a Catholic boarding school?
Yes, it was.
And were your siblings in this school or
Yes,
just you?
yeah, the girls, yeah. Uh-huh.
What did you have? Like, how many sisters, how many brothers?
There were 5 girls and 2 boys, but the one girl didn't go there.
Okay.
She didn't want to. She stayed and went to public school.
Are any of your siblings still alive?
Yes, the youngest and the 2 youngest, my brother, Roy Dykes, and my youngest sister, who was a twin, and she is Rosemary Seymour.
Do you mind if you recall their ages?
I think my brother is 90 and Rosemary might be 87.
And these are the young ones.
They're the
Wow.
only ones alive, yeah.
Okay, gotcha. Are you the oldest, or where?
No,
where
I'm
are
third.
you?
I'm third oldest.
Third oldest. Okay. Now, I heard that you speak Spanish.
Very well, yeah.
Okay, very well. Okay, could you say, please?
I worked for Lions International, and then I would translate there from Spanish to English, and then from English to Spanish.
What is Trans International?
Pardon me?
What is that? Is that like an airline
It's
or?
I worked there, Lions
Oh,
International.
Lions International.
Uh-huh.
Okay, okay. So how? When did you learn Spanish? Like, was this at boarding
Well,
school or high school?
my mother was Spanish, and she spoke. I was the only one of my siblings that spoke fluent Spanish.
That was going to be my next question. Did you? Are you the only one from the siblings that?
Well, some of them speak it, but not as well as I did, because I went to the Berlitz school to learn, how to speak it well.
Okay, so
And
will you
everything.
answer like the next two questions in Spanish, please? I'm just going to throw a couple questions out there. Will
Okay.
you speak Spanish for me now?
Yes.
Okay.
Sí, muy bien.
Okay. I love this. How, do you remember when they put a man on the moon?
Do I remember what?
When they put a man on the moon?
No.
I need for you to answer in Spanish everything.
No me acuerdo.
Okay. Where are your mom and dad from? Please answer in Spanish.
Mi mamá nació en México, pero cuando estaba chica, la, la familia fue a Texas. Y mi papá es en, San Antonio. Mi papá allí nació.
Okay. One last thing. Could you say, watch MeekaLeekaTV in Spanish, please, for me?
Would you say that again, please?
Watch. My channel is called MeekaLeekaTV. Can you tell the people out there, watch MeekaLeekaTV, but say it in Spanish?
Vea Amigo Television.
Y'all heard her, Spaniards. I need y'all to watch me too. Okay. Now, what are your hobbies?
My hobbies? Well, I love gardening,
Okay.
and I used to love dancing,
Oh, really?
and I, well, I just love entertaining and cooking.
I heard through the
I
grapevine.
love to cook, and I love parties.
I know you love to cook, and I just want to take time to tell the entire galaxy about your brownies. She's made those brownies for me 2 times. Mott's, thank you for those brownies. They were absolutely divine.
Oh, it was my pleasure.
Oh,
I love making them for you.
Thank you. And I heard about you loving to entertain. Like, what's a good party? What is the best party if you were putting
Well,
on a party?
I live in an area where there's 17 units, and I moved there in 205, and in 2006 I started having a Christmas party and I invited the people that live there, and I continued doing it up until now.
Oh,
I've done it this last.
That's like 20 years.
Yeah, and I do all the cooking and everything. But this last time, one of my daughters helped me with after cleaning up. But I make all the food and everything,
Every
and
single
I do the
thing.
decorating of the house.
So last year when you were 98, you did that?
Yes,
And the year before that when you were 97,
yes,
you
and
did
I did it.
Wow.
I did it. Yeah, when I was 98.
Okay.
And I'm gonna do it again. Hopefully this year, and I think then I'm gonna do it. Stop,
You're going to stop.
but I'm thinking about it. God willing.
God willing, you're planning to do it when you're 100.
Yeah.
You are very special. Okay, now I hope this is not getting too personal, Mats, but I had to know. I heard through the grapevine that you dated a professional bowler. What was that like?
Well, I didn't really date him. We liked each other,
Okay, and
and his name was Carmen Salvino, and he was a bowler in Chicago, Illinois.
he was a pro.
I think he was a pro at the end. Yeah, he was a young guy. We were young. He was real handsome.
Oh, okay, I can dig it. Mats, It's okay for me to call you Mats, right? I think you
Yes.
told me it was.
Yes.
Okay. Do you still drive?
Yes.
When you want to go somewhere, you drive yourself?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Everyone, I'm scratching my head. I know you can't see me, but okay, so you still drive.
Yes.
Okay. I heard through the grapevine as well that you danced with Nixon. Is that true?
Yes, that was yes. My husband was his legal sorority fraternity had the convention in Chicago, and he was sat at our table and everything, and he danced with just a little bit, with each one of the women that were there.
And you danced with him.
Yeah,
You were-
well, I danced a little. He didn't dance the whole
I get
dance.
you.
Just he danced with each one of us, a little bit, and then we sat down, and then the next one. So
Okay, another peculiar thing. The reason you even came on my radar is that I had heard through my nieces and nephews. I'd never seen it. A show called Mr. Beast, and I'd never seen it, but I knew it had to be popular because I.
it was nice. They were wonderful people. To when I was there, they did everything to make you comfortable.
Okay, okay, and that's what I was about to get to. You were on his program,
Yes.
and I believe it was a situation where he had people age 0 to 100, or
Yeah,
what
well,
was
from
the premise?
1 year to 100 years, and at the time I was 96.
On this guy, Mr. Beast. Okay, is that to your left? Is that the outfit you wore on the Mr. Beast show? This right over here, next to you. Do you recall that?
Yeah.
Show her, Wyatt.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. So you were age 96 when you did this.
Yes.
Okay, and it was. Do you remember the premise? What did you have to do to win?
Well, there were different things. They had a TV in there, and we were in a cube, a plexi cube, and we weren't allowed to leave that cube at all. And they brought everything to you.
Okay, and how long did you last?
Well, I lasted pretty long, for I think it was 4 days, and then after that, I was eliminated.
Then you did much younger people than you.
I was the oldest.
Did you get any type of prize or
Yeah,
anything?
I got $1,000.
Oh wow, you didn't even win, and you got $1,000. Okay.
I have a little video that I can show.
And
of-
they paid for everything. They were wonderful.
That's okay. I'm gonna get to that. Go ahead and show a little bit, a little clip. We don't want to.
Let's see who you savages
Pardon me?
dogpiled on. Show the
I
numbers.
was talking to
Over
Wyatt. He's
half of
showing-
you voted for
he's
96.
showing a little bit
I
of
don't
Mr. you
understand
and
you
Mr.
people.
Beast.
She's not the biggest threat here. Oh,
Thank you for everything. It's the way it is. And I'm happy. It's what everybody wants, and that's what's important.
This is heart-wrenching.
The purge is now officially done.
I don't want to. Okay. So they took care of all of your needs. Did they let you bring family?
My son went with me and stayed with me.
And Mr. Beast paid for that as well?
Yes, they did.
Oh, that was wonderful. So they were nice to you from start to finish. You have no
Yes,
complaints?
they were. They were wonderful.
Oh, that's good. Mr. Beast, you did a good thing. Now, I'm just going to ask it. Do you believe that you've outlived almost everyone that you know?
Excuse me?
Do you believe that you've outlived so many
lot of-
people that you know?
Most of them, yeah.
What is
Of my age group and who I did things with. I have friends, but they're all younger than I am.
what?
I'm the oldest one. I belong to the Elm Grove Women's Club. I was past president, and I'm past president of the Oconomowoc Women's Club
Right now?
right now, and I still go to the meetings in Elm Grove. And I've drove last year to Oconomowoc, but this year I haven't gone to the meetings there. But I did drive it up until Christmas.
That's amazing. Mott, if there was someone sitting here that was 26 years old and you knew they were going to live to be 99 years old, what advice would you give them?
Well, my advice would be to keep active and look forward to things, plan things to do, and just that. Do active. I'm a gardener. I love to garden. I used to like to walk, but since I broke my ankle some years ago, I don't walk as much anymore. But I still walk to the mailbox to get my mail
Okay.
and everything. Yeah.
So you feel activity?
Activity.
Okay.
Keep and look forward to going to places, to meetings, and give to your community. I still go to my garden club, and we are active.
That's so great. Now, I want to talk a little bit about your children. I won't hold you a whole lot longer, but I do have a few more questions for you if you're willing. What are your children's names?
My children are
In order of age.
Barbara Burbach. Is an attorney
Okay.
and retired.
Okay.
Jacqueline Bolin, Nimi Bolin, and she is my middle child, and
Okay.
she's works for Wintrust Bank in
Okay.
Chicago.
Okay.
And my youngest is Kent
Okay.
Edward Nimi,
Okay.
and he is with an electric company.
Okay. I heard that Kent used to have a band that you had to endure a song over and over. Do you recall what that song was?
I
Kent had a band. Do you remember when Kent had a band?
Oh,
a rock
yeah,
and roll band?
making something.
Taking care of business?
Taking care of business.
Is
yeah.
that the only song they knew?
Well, it seems like that's all they knew at that time. They used to practice in the garage.
That's funny. Now, I'm going to go in order, starting with Barb, okay?
Okay.
If you were never to see Barb again, what would you want her to know you felt about her? And take your time.
Will you repeat it again, please?
If you were not allowed to ever see Barb again, what would you want her to know you felt about her?
She was a loving, caring daughter, and my firstborn. And she's just a wonderful human being.
Oh, that's so sweet.
And
What would you go ahead? I'm sorry.
She was an attorney. She is retired and was an attorney, and she was the first woman president of the Milwaukee Bar Association.
Barb.
I was very proud of that.
The first woman ever
The first woman president
of the Bar Association.
the Milwaukee Bar Association.
Wow, Barb, that's quite an accomplishment.
Mm-hmm.
What would you say to Jackie? What do you want her to know you feel about her?
Well, Jackie was a very caring, very nurturing type person, and always calls me and is concerned and very helpful to me.
That sounds like a good daughter. What would you want your only son Kent to know if you couldn't speak to him again?
Again,
If you never could see him again, what would you want him to know you felt?
well, he's been a wonderful hands-on son. When he calls me all the time and takes me to doctor's visits, and it's just a wonderful son. And very
Go ahead.
happy. He makes you happy.
Yes, he does.
Yeah, he loves music and always is singing or doing something to make everybody happy.
Okay. Your grandchildren, you said you have how many grandchildren?
6.
6 grandchildren. Okay, have you always been in this since you came to Wisconsin, I know you're in the Elm Grove or Elm Brook or Elm Grove, I think, area. Has this always been your neighborhood? Has this always been where you planted your seeds?
This has been my neighborhood since 1967, I think. Yeah, before that we were in the Chicago area, in a suburb of Chicago, Homewood, Illinois.
Okay, I have a couple more questions, and I promise I'm going to get you out of here. These are just questions I wanted or have always wanted to ask someone your age. From the time you were a kid till now, are you amazed at the changes that have happened?
I am amazed. It's unbelievable what I've seen and what's happening in this world. When I was young, we didn't have malls or anything. We had mom and pa stores, and the Italian people had the store, and the Greek had the store.
Yeah.
And there were no in these stores. They didn't have refrigeration, so there were meat markets.
Wow.
And we'd go to the meat market for meat because I think the smaller stores didn't have the refrigeration you had to have for the meat and all that. And we would go, my sister and I would go with our list to the store, and then they would put our name with the family and how much it was. And then at the end of the week, my mother would pay for the bill.
Wow. That's how. Do you think those were better times?
Yes, they were. We never left our garage doors open. We never locked our doors. It was wonderful.
It was a wonderful time to live. I know that you weren't in this time, but I imagine your parents were. Do you know Little House on the Prairie? That TV show, Little House on the Prairie?
Yeah.
Did your parents come up to, did you hear stories from them? Like, we didn't even have a meat market.
No, my father, I don't think I ever sat and heard them talk about their lives when they were little. They were busy with the children.
Gotcha. Okay, I have one last question for you. Mats, what, in your 99 years, what is the most, what's the biggest thing that ever happened that just shook up the world that we weren't around for, but you can tell us, hey, guys, this was the biggest thing to ever happen in America? Do you recall?
You know what? I think the biggest thing that I experienced was very emotional to me is when Kennedy was shot.
Oh, wow. You remember
and
where you
he
were?
died. I was in the grocery store, and I was going out, and they announced it, and everybody burst out crying, and it seemed like everything stood still.
They announced it right over the grocery store?
In the grocery store there. They
and everybody started shedding tears?
the people that were there, and I was in line to check out, and people started to cry and
were you
oh
guys?
no, and screaming, and it was that really left a big impression on me.
Were you guys? Oh man, I had another question about that. Oh, were you scared? Was America scared when that happened? Was there a scary feeling? Were you scared?
No, I wasn't scared. I just I cried too. Everybody cried because it was horrible.
And how big was that compared to COVID? Was COVID something that had you ever seen anything like the COVID times?
No, I
before?
never have with COVID, and I wasn't really afraid at all because I knew that if you followed the rules and did what they asked you to do with your mask and everything, that you could be spared something, especially me being older.
Amen.
And
now, Mats, do you have any shout outs? Anybody you want to say, hey, or I love you, or anybody you want to shout out?
I love all of my family,
Yes.
and I love my grandchildren, and I love life.
Oh, wonderful. Wyatt wanted to play a special song as we close out. Go ahead, Wyatt. See if you remember this song, Mods. Do you know this song, Mods? Please don't take my sunshine away. From the top. You are my sunshine. Oh,
When I was asleep,
oh, I don't even know that.
I dreamt I held you in my arms.
Oh, that's beautiful.
When I awoke, dear, I was mistaken. So I hung my head and I cried. You are my sunshine, my only sunshine. You make me happy when the skies are gray. You never know, dear, how much I love you. Please don't take my sunshine away.
Goodbye, Mods. Thanks for coming. MeekaLeekaTV. Subscribe.
Thank you.